episode of the Premium Pete Show has been brought to you by the good folks at Bevel.
That's right. Bevel is taking the grooming industry by storm, Miss Lissa. You know why? Because they got the state-of-the-art grooming equipment, the shaver, the razor, everything. I mean, listen, I love what they're doing. They're in Target, and they're also on getbevel.com/Pete. Head on over there. Get yourself a discount. Who don't like some discounts?
I don't know who doesn't like discounts, and I don't know who doesn't like Bevel, because 9 out of 10 barbers choose Bevel when it comes to their blades, because it's the only system clinically proven to prevent bumps, ingrown hairs, and anything that you don't want on your skin after you take the hair off.
Exactly. You want to listen, whether you're a lady.
That's right.
Whether you're a man.
If you a shimmy.
You want to be clean.
That's right.
And that's not only from the sneakers to the clothes. That's just from the face
to the chotch. Maybe even your feet. If you got hairy feet, I know Bevel's going to take care of that.
Stay clean, stay groomed. Go to getbevel.com/Pete. Internet, this episode is also brought to you by the College of Hip Hop. Make sure you go download, rate, and share the College of Hip Hop app. It's available across all platforms. And Miss Lissa, it's free. Free $99. Right. Listen, you want to learn about, any type of contractual stuff like, some
templates, any questions you may have about publishing, intellectual property, how do you protect yourself? This is the app to grab all of that information, and it's free.
There you go. Download, rate, and share the College of Hip Hop app today. Tell them Premium Pete Show sent you. Now let's get to the show.
Come on, everybody get set, let's go. It's the next episode. It's the Premium Pete Show. News, interviews, all of the info. Listen up, it's the Premium Pete Show. If you want the scoop in the low, down low, listen to the show, cause Milk said so. Fuck what you heard, better act like you know. Miss Lissa knows. It's the Premium Pete Show.
This the type of shit that make you hold up. This that type of shit that make you want to roll up. This that type of shit that make you really want to think before you blink, before you sip up on that drink, but fucking bomb on them. Type of shit that call the guards on them. If they survive, I guess I gotta drop bars on them. Lyrically, I hit them hard. You see the stars on them. I make the beat get Boys to Men remix the song for them. I'm on some other shit. Make a list. Check it quick. Ammunition, well equipped. 100 bars, 100 clips. Miss list. Illest bitch. Got these hoes jumping shit. Tally hoes, hunting shit. Let them know who's running shit.
Woo, woo.
Hey, think you the shit? Bomb on them. Think you the shit? Drop a bomb on them. Fuck who you with. Fuck who you get, bitch. Bomb on them. Ha, 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 ha.
Listen, I can't believe it. After all this time, we finally got some original motherfucking bars from Miss Lissa.
It's almost the last of the Mohegans, though, because it's about to be a whole year of episodes. I don't know if I'm going to bring it back for next season, so I figured I'd slide a couple of originals in. Cause shit must be easy.
Well, listen. Them more bars.
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on mixtape. It's called Shit Must Be Easy, Volume 1.
There we go. We can't wait to hear
I need you to do some interludes on that for me, though, brother.
Listen,
man.
we'll do ad-libs and all that.
Things.
Internets, welcome back to another episode of the Premium P Show. We got Miss Lissa Knows in the building.
Al.
Dallas Penn is back in the motherfucking building.
Hey, y'all.
And the one and only, listen, I'm excited for this, and I got to give a shout out to my man Jay Slayer, because Jay Slayer actually grouped us up and was like, yo, this would be a dope episode with all of y'all. And the one and only ChokeNoJoke is in the motherfucking building.
What up?
There he is. Listen, Choke, man, right off the bat, man, for people who don't know, okay, you've done a lot of things. A videographer for Roc-a-fella, right?
Before a videographer was even called that.
Yeah, exactly, particularly for Dame Dash, right? But more importantly, let's even take it way back for people who may not even know you. You grew up in the Bronx, right?
Yep, Eden Wall Projects.
Okay.
Off East Bronx.
Talk about it. Switchblade, what'd you carry on your butterfly knife? 22 Derringer? Chinese Star?
9mm, Beretta, Blue Steel.
Allegedly. Eden Wall had to deal with the Valley. Eden Wall and the Valley constantly at odds.
Yeah, we used to go over to the Valley and take dudes' sneakers from April Pole.
Now, were you one of those dudes that would ask a dude, back in the day, for internets that don't know, people used to ask you, yo, what size you wear? And, if you tell them what size, that's easy for a guy. So I used to just tell them your size.
Right. And if they was bad enough, they'll take it.
Exactly.
But, I heard that before on Rikers Island.
Yeah, okay.
I first got to Rikers Island.
Oh, you did a stint in Rikers?
Yeah, I did a year.
Okay. For is there a reason that happened?
Me and my boys, we got caught with, I think it was like a half a key.
God
A
damn.
quarter of it was cooked up already.
Okay.
And 8 guns.
Okay.
And they just split it up amongst us. And it was my first time being arrested. So as soon as they came with the offer, I already knew I was guilty. So I'm not fucking playing games. You know, you got dudes that want to go to trial and try to beat on technicalities.
Technicalities.
And for me, it was like, I'm caught, I'm busted. My lawyer came in there. He's like, yo, they want to offer you a 1 to 3. I'm like,
okay.
Can you get something better? Then my man was like, yo, I'm taking away for the guns. So then they broke up the drugs amongst us. He came back. He was like, all right, a year probation. I said, no, he said a year and 5 months probation. I said, I'm not going to make 5 months probation.
Sure.
I live in Edenwald Projects. I will be arrested again for some dumb shit with these police.
Anything, jumping a turnstile,
right. So
anything.
he was like, he came back, he said, all right, 9 months flat.
Okay.
I said, I'll buy that for
$1.
they
took 3 off of because
I'll take door number 3.
Yeah,
no, I'll buy that for $1.
I went to C73, C90.
When was this? When was it? How old were you at the
91.
time? Okay, 91.
I was 18, 19
okay.
at the time.
Now, if you could think back to that time, a Choke No Joke at that time, what did you want to do? You know, before you got into the world of like, you know, hip hop. I mean, always being hip hop, but more importantly, messing with Roc-a-fella. Before you did it, what were you doing?
I was hustling.
Okay.
I mean, my mom's was on crack. My father died.
Early age? You died at early age?
Yeah, he died when I was about 14, 15.
Okay.
Streets? No, it was, health complications. Okay. And then, my oldest sister was 3 years older than me. She had a kid. My youngest sister, she's 3 years younger than me. Mm-hmm. And, being that my mom's was, on drugs and cracked out, I had to do the streets. I tried the jobs. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Lionel, Kitty City. I worked at a few places, but those
You never worked at Play World across from Co-op?
Did I work at Play World? No, I worked at Kitty City. Okay. But I do remember Play World. And
Pathmark,
pack bags at Pathmark over in the Valley. That was probably my first job, going over the Valley and packing bags. Because I was even 10 years old yet. So,
when you look back at that shit, it really keeps you humble. I remember being in war bombs, packing bags. Yeah. And, I said, when I look back at that shit, even like even it's funny having you here to even think about this shit. I used to go to the club, the Tunnel, the Limelight, With the
money you made from packing bags.
Packing bags. And then go back there right from the club. Like, it was the sun to come out. You know what I mean? And it's funny because as you get older, man, your body will tell you, nah, you can't do that type of shit. But back in the day, I'd run through the fucking wall. Right, but, let's even take it even back. So you're in Rikers, you come out, right?
Yeah, and, at that time, my wifey was pregnant and my side chick was pregnant.
God damn, double deuce?
Yeah.
On the goose?
I was, at that time, I was going back and forth out of town.
Okay.
So
you're shooting up the club everywhere.
I hit off wifey on the back, gun down. I hit off the side chick, and they both got pregnant at the same time. So I got 2 daughters 3 days apart, same year.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the story of my life.
Who dropped the baby first? Like the
wifey.
Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, well, it wasn't better when it was time for child support and all that other
man.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, listen.
That may ruin my life then.
Child support comes for you. I tell people, too, like back in the day, when I was going through my situation, getting divorced, I remember, I had 1 kid, so I think it was like 17% of what you make.
Yeah, that's what that's the law, but
2 is 29.
Like,
okay.
It's 17%, 2 is 19%.
Okay.
3 is 22, 23%, and anything after that, I think it's like.
Now you said you don't feel like that. What were you saying?
Because they say it's 17%, but they taking 17% of the gross. You don't bring home the gross, you bring home the net.
Exactly.
So I could show you some check stubs where I got paid like $1,500 and it got $1 and some change.
Yeah, it's tough.
And then girls say, "Well, how are you supposed to live?"
Yeah.
Tell that shit to the fucking judge.
It's sad too because
or magistrate because they're not judges.
Exactly. Now, it's sad too because I know a lot of people that go through that shit. And there's a lot of guys out there, good guys. Don't get me wrong. There's some deadbeat motherfuckers that you got to pay your child support. But there's some good dads out there that, pay child support and they ran through the ringer. Because a lot of dudes do more than that. They pay the child support, plus they get them other things and stuff like that.
Right.
They don't let that shit hold against them.
Right.
And it's expensive.
And then in court, they say, oh, that's a gift. So I pay your child support, and then baby moms call and say, oh, they need school clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you go get school clothes, the courts don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They like, we ain't tell you to buy that kid school clothes.
Exactly.
That's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's like, you know, when I got to the point where my kid's mother's like, all right, you want to take me to court? Whatever the fuck they say you get, that's what you get. Don't call me for nothing else.
And usually sometimes they could get way less.
Exactly. That happened to my daughter mother the first time. She took me to court. And she thought, because her girlfriend was in the air, oh, he worked for Roc-a-fella.
Yeah.
You can get all this
You can
money.
get them Rockefeller suits.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm not Jay-Z.
Yeah, exactly.
I work for the nigga. I'm not him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And she went and took me to court. And the judge awarded her $50.
Really?
She was
tight.
Fucking tight.
Yeah.
We got on the elevator.
I
got on the elevator. I was like, the door was closed. She said, I'm going to get more money. And the door was closed in her face. Buzz.
Yeah.
So you guys are on better terms now?
Yeah. It's over now.
Right.
You know, it wasn't over. For years, you know, it fucked up our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because
like everyone's dynamic, or were you and your side chick okay? Because she knew she was a side chick, right?
My side chick is the foulest fucking chick in the world. She had another man thinking my daughter was his for 10 years.
Really?
Knowing I was the father.
She was getting double child support.
Yeah. And she took that man to court.
She's Latin?
No, she's black.
Oh, okay.
Don't throw the Latin.
No, I learned that from a Latin lady. That's how you get the double payment.
The Latin women are more loyal than the black women to me.
Whoa.
Whoa. They are. It's true.
Talk about it, Choke.
My babysitter was Puerto Rican.
Did you fuck her too?
No.
Okay.
Come on.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Come on, you degenerate.
Throwing the baby snarks at you saw the
wait. Everybody in the room look at me crazy. Let me tell you something. There's some babies. Don't act like people.
I didn't have a sexy babysitter. My babysitter was a grandmother.
You know what's so funny? My lady.
Really?
No, somebody else's grandmother.
Still, even better.
Why you say?
She ain't got too many dimes. Like y'all niggas will fuck anything.
Who loved you more than your grandmother?
Yeah, but not the fuck.
But she wasn't my grandmother. That's the problem.
Yo, I'm trying to find me a sexy great grandmother.
Y'all see this dude talking about hitting grandmothers?
Yo, you know what's funny?
Sexy great grandmother.
Yo, I love
when you think about it too, in marriage, right? And particularly even relationships, like even my lady, we think about getting a babysitter. I'm looking through a list of people. This girl, she's pointing out like, nah, this girl's too cute. She ain't doing it. This girl's too good. You got a nice face. I'm like, what do you mean? What does it mean?
We don't want nobody enticing our man.
But hold on for a second. We can stay.
Women are very insecure.
Baby start trying to get breastfed.
We can stay in this place all night. The point is now, you got this situation where you got mouths to feed. You've got pressure put upon you. And you really get to understand what the consequences are if you fuck up and if you get pinched. So what goes on in your mind and what makes you say, okay, boom, I don't want to go through those consequences again?
The financial part.
Yeah.
Like, if the courts, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you a true story. That shit was fucking my life up so bad, dogs. Like, people were looking at me like, yo, you choke, no joke, but my success don't match my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that shit really took a toll on me. It had me stressed out so bad one day. I saw my magistrate on 125th Street, right? This motherfucker got the nerve to be coming out the most expensive store on 125th Street. You know, the little suit joint next to McDonald's?
Yep.
Near the Apollo? He coming out there, here I am come walking down the block, stressed the fuck out, because I ain't got no bread.
That wasn't AJ Lester. That was, what was the suit spot? Okay, go ahead.
But anyway,
yes.
Yeah. So I see this dude, he come walking out, he looking all happy-go-lucky and shit. And I just snap. I said, motherfucker, you fucking up my life. And he just knew off the top, this must be somebody in my courtroom. That motherfucker took off running. I chased him, dog. I was going to beat the shit out this motherfucker, right? I thank God I didn't catch him because I'd probably still be in jail right now.
Yeah, you would have been back in jail.
Yo, dude ran and then had the nerve to be jumping in the Mercedes-Benz on top of that. As soon as he got to the door and slammed that shit, I was on his ass. I tried to break the window with my fist, and I couldn't break it, and he cracks the window a little bit. Yo, what's the problem? I said, man, you fucking up my life. What you be doing ain't fair. You know what I'm saying? Because he was doing all kind of fuck shit in the courtroom. Because every time I went to court, it was Jay-Z this, Dame that, this celebrity this, that. He dating this chick. That. So all they saw was a superstar in there. So they could just rate me for everything they could.
Sure.
He pulled off after he cracked the window. Yo, I don't know who you are. I got so many cases. I said, motherfucker, you fucking my life up. I'm still trying to break his window. He pulls off. My crazy ass is chasing the car down the street. Down on 25th Street towards 8th Avenue. Just trying to catch this motherfucker. I'm trying to memorize his license plate, everything. Because I say all that to say that child support shit will really affect you in a way that you will lose your mind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give a fuck. You know, I didn't have no bank account no more. They deaded my license. I didn't have no fucking passport. So how am I supposed to work? If I go to a job somewhere and I got to fly somewhere and I need to rent a car, I can't do it. If I get a job and I got to leave the country, I can't do it.
It's almost the same thing as being a felon. Now, you know, you lose a lot of things, and when you come back out, it's hard to recuperate. And it's hard to, that's why so many people go back to jail, because it shit ain't easy to obtain things so easily. Now, don't get me wrong. You made a mistake. Not meaning only with child support. I'm talking about whether it be going to jail or the situations that you're in with child support. But there's no aftercare to try to, like, give someone a shot to maneuver. No elbow room. You know what I mean? So yeah, I get that. But let's get to.
Let me tell you two tragic stories about child support. One, I know a dude that was a correction officer, Rikers Island. Payments, them. They get overtime. They make some good money.
Sure, most definitely.
So his situation, he's doing just as bad as me, right? He goes his baby mother, and he asks her to stop it. Yo, I need you to stop this. I can't live anymore. Fuck you, nigga. I'm about to get my fur out of layaway. He pulls.
He kills
it. Now, look, hold on. Y'all see this? This woman over here laughs, y'all.
That's funny.
That's funny?
I didn't say it was okay. I think that's funny. When your fur supersedes the father of your child being stable, I'm sorry, nigga.
I need that chinchilla.
I got to get this chinchilla out the furrier. You all right? You going to be all right. Stay strong.
All right. Dude snap, pulls his gun off his hip, shot her in the face.
Yeah.
Now she should have had her cousins already next to her when she started talking crazy.
Yeah, she was talking crazy.
Yeah, you talking crazy. You got to have your cousins right next to you.
She's dead now. The little kid is with the grandmother. He got 25 to life.
Right.
Now, is that still funny?
That's his fault.
That's his fault?
That's his fault.
That was his fault, though.
He don't know how to maintain his emotions.
That was his fault. That was his fault. First of all, he was already knew she was foul.
And
in the way she was administering, he didn't wipe her. He
should have put the rubber on.
He didn't wipe her. But hold on for a second. Again, a lot of dudes, man. I mean, I feel bad for them because, again, you in a situation and you know it's a powder keg, and you still confront this woman. And I got to tell you something. In the best relationship, they know how to push buttons on you. They know what to say. They know how to look at you. They could look at you a certain way, without even saying a word. Could look at you a certain way and roll an eye. And that shit will just fucking drive you crazy.
Yo, what the fuck is a powder keg?
A powder keg is just
a dry box.
It's just something filled with dynamite and gunpowder that once you light that shit up, it blows the fuck up.
God, and that was a pussy?
No, what he's saying is this. Women, like,
No, I get it now. I'm getting my
women
bad,
can push your buttons. They know what buttons
of course.
Right.
Okay.
But also, listen, we need to learn how to diffuse some shit.
I mean, you went to jail for didn't you go to jail for strangling your baby mother?
Well, I mean, we don't have to say it like that.
But, okay, I'm sorry, that's strangling.
But
I mean, you put a shoe on her.
I had what happened was
two shoes.
For people who don't know, what happened was when I was just getting divorced. What happened was we were just getting divorced. It was like a week later. I came by to get some of my stuff. So I came upstairs, and let me tell you something. If you ever been in the house that you lived and were married in and had kids, and it felt different a week later, it's the fucking weirdest feeling in the world. So I'm looking around, like, snooping, And she's inside the room with her sister, showing her clothes that some guy bought her. Like, look at it. I hear it. Like, she's like, look at this. What the skirt he bought me. Look at this thing. I fucking lost my mind.
She pushed your buttons.
I lost my mind.
She
I went inside.
pushed your
I
buttons.
grabbed every fucking hanger off that fucking thing. And I took it and I ran down the fucking stairs. She's pulling my head. And I went to the corner and I threw everything in the fucking sewer. I was in my, listen. I was on my knees, stuffing the fucking sewer. Right? And where we lived at the time, there was a cafe on the corner. And these fucking Italian guys came outside. And they were like, oh, what the fuck you doing? Because she's on the top of my head punching me. And I'm fucking trying to get her off me. So all I did was when I tried to get her off me, I turned around and I fucking like tried to push her. And I had grabbed her by her neck. Next thing you know, she fucking ran home. And
called her uncle.
No, she ran home, and I went to the corner store, and I knew the guy. You know, when you got a corner store on your block, you know the guy. I was like, yo, give me the phone. I call up with the house, and the phone rings, and some guy answers. So I was like, listen, you motherfucker, I'm gonna come there and split your fucking head. You're trying to ruin my fucking family. He's like, this is Officer Kaharski. We're looking for you. I said, holy shit. I hung up, and I fucking and I jumped in the cab, and I fucking went home. But then I had to turn myself in. But listen. I'm a child support payer.
Yes.
So she was like, he didn't do nothing. You understand? And I really
thankful for that.
Thankful, yeah.
Thankful for that because I've been in situations too where I might have lost a little control.
With your baby mama?
Well, not a BM,
yeah,
but with my GF.
I got you guys.
Nonetheless, though, when the police showed up, she could have been like, "Yeah, that nigga put a hand on me," and it'd been over.
But she didn't.
No, but she didn't. She was just like, "Yeah, he was wild." He wilded out.
He shook
he
me
didn't
a little
touch
bit.
me.
That was light.
You know, so I got boom. They let me, you know, they was like, all right, boom, you just need to be out of here. And I was like, man, whew.
Those some nice girls. Don't put your hands on me, nigga. You're going in. Keep your hands off Liz.
I'm gonna tell y'all one more story about
officer.
That. One more child support story.
I'm like, do you need me to fill this out for you, officer? I got this.
And then I'm gonna address what you just said, because that shit just happened to me New Year's Eve.
You still hurting bitches?
Nah.
Choke no
and
joke.
I got it on video, and I'm gonna show y'all all this shit on video. Okay. Right? My other friend, rest in peace. They was gonna send him to jail for the child support shit, and they did this to me. Mm-hmm. I went for a termination. Both of my daughters was 21. I went to terminate it. Right. The motherfucking magistrate tells me, "Oh, since you've been back at BET, you haven't paid enough money, so I'm gonna suggest 6 months in jail time." Lady, I'm here for a termination. My kids is over 21 now. Yeah, I'll terminate it after this. I go upstairs. The motherfuckers throw the cuffs on me. Give us $5,000 or 6 months in jail. So I'm like, oh, fuck these bitches. I could do 6 months on my head. I sat in there for 3 weeks, and I'm like, I'm playing myself. I can make $5,000 a month. So I paid the money, and I got out. You know what I'm saying? But I just say that to say that they don't play fair. I went to jail and my kids was already 21. Child support was over. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So my man, I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to put him out there like that. But his baby mother, he got to the point where, you know, we both went to the STEP program. They make you do the STEP program and all this stuff, right? They got to the point they was going to arrest him, right? Now, this dude is a kickboxing champion. He can fight his ass off, right? When he see that they can ready to send him to jail, and then the kid's mother isn't letting him see the kids, his 2 daughters, he was so stressed out that he had to go to jail for that shit, and she wasn't letting him see the kids anyway. He killed himself.
Dag.
Sad.
30-something years old.
That's sad.
Killed himself because he rather not go to jail, and she wasn't letting him see his kids anyway. And this dude is not no fucking punk. He just got tired of the shit, barricaded himself in the house, shot himself in the head.
Fuck. You never know what someone else is going through. You know, I will say this, you know, as being a divorce, you know, and a separated father, you know, and knowing this shit, whatever you're going through, you know, man or woman, you know, I will say this, don't let the kids, you know, interfere with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking to any woman, any man, like if you have a kid and the dude's a good dude, let that dude be a father.
Right.
You know, and likewise to the mother. You know what I mean? Like, don't put the kids in the middle. A lot of times I see women out there and the woman will turn around and say things to people and, you know, they'll be like, oh, your father's a piece of shit. You know, like I never ever talk bad about my daughter's mother in front of my daughter.
Right.
Because I'll let her figure that shit out for herself. But anyway, before
kids are smart. They'll figure it out.
They will.
Nah, that ain't true.
They will figure it out.
No.
You think a woman could really brainwash a child to make them really feel like that?
Let me tell you, my daughter from the side chick, she don't fuck with me because my daughter brainwashed her. I mean, her mother brainwashed her. Know why? Because her mother cheated on her boyfriend, right?
Right.
So when I try to tell my daughter that your mother knew who your father was all the time, you've been in the Bronx from birth to 2 years old, and then her mother tells me, oh, she's not your daughter, and runs and hides for 8 years until I find her when my daughter's 10, right? So when I try to explain to my daughter that her mother knew who her father was the whole time, she don't want to hear it because she's saying I'm talking bad about her mother or I'm trying to make her mother look like a hoe or a whore.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
She knew I had a girl. She got pregnant. She knew I was on Rikers Island. I got all the letters from her when I was on Rikers Island. I come home, I'm there, I'm taking care of her and everything. And even when I got locked up for the child support thing, I got out, right? I was stressed out. The reason I paid the money to get out because my daughter was graduating from VUU.
Okay, nice.
Virginia
We're able to see her do that.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that
So do you feel
Right,
like,
hold
'cause
on.
I'm a baby mama.
I go to the graduation. I show up. My daughter sees me. I film it, and I walk up to her after the graduation. She looks at me like I just put a gun in the middle of her forehead. Runs to the police. I ain't been out of jail 24 hours.
Dad.
I go, I was getting ready to say her name. I'm not going to do that. What are you doing? Why are you running to the police? Oh, I didn't invite you. When the fuck did you become scared of me?
Yeah.
I come down here. I take you shopping.
Yeah,
I take you get your hair done, your nails done. You know what I'm saying? I got to pay for hotel rooms. You come stay with me at the hotel. When the fuck did you ever get scared of me?
You said it like that?
No.
Okay,
but the police is standing right there, and I'm saying I'm calm because I just got out of jail. But inside, I'm on fire.
Raging,
sure, because you're hurting.
Like, I'm like, all right, well, let me take a picture of you for my mother. I'll send her one. You not going to let me take a picture of you? I done went to jail. I'm paying child support, help pay for your college, all this shit. Come down here, and you not going to fucking let me take a picture of you? What the fuck did your mother tell you?
Let me ask you something. How long have you been separated from her? Like, you always been separated?
She was never, they was never together.
We wasn't together, but once she was with me until she was 2. And then when she was 10 is when I found her mother, and her mother was hiding in D.C. Yeah. And even when I called her mother and said, yo, this is Artie. And she's like,
excuse me, Artie?
Yes.
Some people may feel, maybe this is what your daughter might feel, that you could have found her. Like, she was only in D.C. with, like, the internet building and America Online probably at an all-time high. You could have Googled or asked Dame or one of your industry friends to pass you along to a private eye or something. Like, I'm just saying, for argument's sake, maybe she feels like you didn't really go above and beyond for her.
How did it go above and beyond when her mother knew who her father was all the time?
Why?
Hold on. Her mother, this baby was in my house. Okay. This baby done met my mother, my sisters, her nieces and nephews, right? I didn't say, bitch, get the fuck out of here, leave. No, she had a man that was thinking my daughter was his. So why am I the person
because if you really care about your daughter is an innocent factor. She wasn't even old enough to decide. Okay, but
isn't that her mother?
Yeah,
no, because if her mother don't got the condoms, you could have grabbed it.
Hold up. You hear this shit?
Like,
no, but hold up.
You agree with her?
You also hold up.
If you, I'm gonna slightly side with her, Choke, for the simple fact that
y'all bugging. Hold on.
Innocent baby. The baby ain't got no Obama phone. The baby ain't got no quarter to call you. The baby can't write a letter.
Hold up.
All them things
but your mother. So you telling me if your mother knew who your father was all her life,
she knows,
right? Mm-hmm. And she didn't tell you. You blaming that shit on your father?
If my mother was being bitter, I have a child, and me and her father are in different states.
You didn't answer my question.
That's not my.
Answer my question. Don't give me another scenario.
Hit me with it.
Okay, you telling me if you knew I was your child's father, right? And you run and hide because you got another man thinking that my child is your father, right? You telling me, as the child, when you find out that your mother lied to you all this time, she knew who your father was, you putting the blame on the father?
I think the blame is still equal because the father still has the right to his child. So if you really cared that much, you could have went to the courts and petitioned for a paternity. You could have found your daughter.
Let me give you a full story.
There you go.
I called her mother and told her mother, that is my child.
Okay.
My sisters called her mother and told her that was my child. But, of course, her mother's going to believe her child. You know what I'm saying? But.
Yeah, but when you not being there, it's tough. When you're not in the situation, when you're not in the room, when you're not in the movement, trust me.
And if you let your child leave that too.
Listen, hold on a second, Choke. She's not simply just mad with you. She's mad with the life that she has right here. Because she would love to have
a daddy,
a complete family. So again,
she had a complete family. Even though he wasn't her father, she still knew this man as her father.
But here's the thing
too. It's still
but when
different.
she found out that wasn't her father, and now she's realizing, oh shit, all the things I thought was real to me, all the things I thought that made me aren't me now. I don't even know who I am.
Okay, but is that my fault? Or is that her mother's fault?
You're giving her mother full blame.
You're not listening.
You're giving her mother full blame.
If her mother knew who her father was from day one, I told my wifey.
Yes,
I got this girl pregnant. My wifey spoke to this girl.
But you also chose not to go in. Like, nobody could tell me I can't see my daughter.
What?
Nobody could just take my daughter.
What did I choose?
No, I can't tell my daughter's father he can't see his daughter because guess what? I thought I was going to tell him that one time, and I got a petition to go to court because he's not playing that game. Okay. So at the end of the day, if you really want something, you're going to make sure that your daughter knows that daddy's here. I don't care what your mother says.
Did you hear what I say? The woman was in my life for 2 years, and just out of nowhere says, oh, she's not your daughter, and disappears.
And you let her.
How did I let her?
You could have found her and said no.
Found her where? I found it took me 8 years to find her.
No, but you know,
listen,
you don't know the situation.
I'm a guy in the streets, right? I was hustling in Virginia. I didn't live in Virginia,
right.
Okay? I'm from New York. When she disappeared, I had no communication. She convinced her mother I was lying. Her mother found out 10 years later that her daughter was lying.
Oh, the grandmother.
The grandmother.
Okay.
Found out 10 years later that her daughter was lying, right? But where the fuck am I to blame when from day one I've been taking care of you? Everything you asked for until she was 2. Western Union, I sent money. I took trips. I went down there. I had to stay in hotels every time I went down there. She would bring my daughter to the hotel and see me and not take me to the house. Because she, exactly. So how am I at fault when your mother knew who your daughter, who the father was all along? She could have told that man the truth, and she could have told her daughter the truth.
But she didn't.
But you got her going from 2 households for 2 years.
Yeah,
and I'm wrong?
It's fucked up shit. But here's the thing. In this case, when it comes to a kid, it doesn't matter who's wrong or right. It matters about just taking care of the kid. That's how I look at it. Like my lady now tells me all the time, oh, you let your daughter's mother get away with everything. I say, listen, I just make sure my daughter's right.
Yeah, she got to relax. She can't talk about that.
That's all. No, I'm saying that's all I care. But anyway, we'll stay with this forever. It's getting heated in this motherfucker.
I'm never going to take the blame.
No, listen.
You taking a little bit of that blame.
You gotta have to hold some of that blame.
You a 5%. You a 5%.
I can't hold none of that.
At least 5%.
Minimum 5%.
Thank you.
You know why I can't? You know why I can't hold none of that? Because as a man, I held up to my responsibility. When that girl told me she was pregnant, I ain't say, yo, bitch, I got a girl. You better get an abortion. Mm-hmm. I said, okay.
So what you're saying is
my wife. I went to my motherfucking wife as a man. I manned up and told my girl I got another nigga pregnant. Another bitch pregnant. Why she is pregnant?
That was hard.
So don't
that
say
was hard.
it. So don't
that was
say
hard.
it.
That was
Tell
hard.
me.
So I'm giving you a pat on the back, but at the same time, you give a pat on the back. You still got to hold some of that blame.
Thank
Why?
you.
Why? Because you have to. Because you're a man. Because you're a man. Because you
Why?
And you know kids
you
need
a
their
stand-up
father.
man. And because you a stand-up
I stood
man.
up as a man.
And because you a stand-up man, you also say, you know what? Fuck it. I will take this 5%, this 10% blame because you know what? Maybe there was something I could have done. I did as much as I thought I could have done, but you know what? I'm going to just hold that and say
Just
maybe,
in case.
maybe there was something I could have done.
You give me a scenario. Tell me,
fought
what
the
can I have
powers
done
that
other
be.
than tell the truth?
Other than tell the truth, listen. Again, you go to the grandmother, the side
I did that.
chicks.
I did that.
Go to the
You
grandmother
petition
and
for a paternity
you
test.
go to the grandmother and you say, hey, listen, you know what? I don't want to make this thing public or very bad, but this child is actually mine. I don't want to go to the government and do a paternity test. I don't want to go to police. I want to do this as family. As family would have done it in the slave times.
Not the slave times.
All right?
Okay, now
over
but
to
you
Go
Bruce.
to
still-
grandma and be like, yo, grandma, you got to be Harriet Tubman in this. You got to be the judge that I don't want to deal with, and you got to make sure that I get to see my daughter.
Okay, and then her daughter's telling her, this motherfucker's crazy. He's out of his mind. This is not his child. So her mother's not trying to hear me.
Hold on, her mother would have to hear you if you said, hey, listen,
Dog,
please, Mom.
do I need to call my sister and let my sister tell you how she spoke to the girl mother too?
Please,
and she was
Mom.
listening to her daughter
Please,
over.
Mom,
Can
don't make me go get
Can
a-
this man right here tell your parents something over you? Be honest.
Not a black man, not a black parent.
Can that man go and tell your mother and father some shit against you and they gonna believe him over you?
Well, if they know,
Yes,
if
to be
know,
honest.
some parents you could like.
This
if they
guy
know
right
their
here, no, he
child,
couldn't tell shit to my parents.
But
Because my
Pete
parents
might
would be
be
like,
able
this
to.
motherfucker is on drugs.
All right,
We're not fucking with him.
so picture me telling somebody.
Nah.
Picture me telling the mother.
Choke. You're
Excuse
not.
me,
You're not.
excuse
You're
me,
not
Mr.
giving yourself
Mr.
enough
No
credit.
Joke.
See, I don't like you
what's
giving
up,
yourself
what's up?
credit as a man, but then not giving yourself the credit to be credible to somebody. You giving yourself credit as a man because you do things as a man. Fuck yeah. Now give yourself the credit that you are credible. That what you want in your heart, you can manifest.
Okay, and listen, my daughter's in my life, right? At 10 years old.
Okay.
Her mother didn't come to me. I kept searching.
Okay.
And I eventually found her. It took 8 years.
Thank you.
But I found her, right?
Thank you.
And when I found her, you know what she told me?
You're not invited.
Forget about her. It's been 2 years.
Damn.
And you know how I told bitch,
Not bitch.
you going to find, bitch. You going to get my daughter and you going to put her in my life any way you can, but I'm not accepting no as a fucking answer.
Thank you. That's all.
And all she did was introduce me as her friend, like she was dating me at first, and then eventually groomed into telling my daughter who was the father, and then still lied to her.
But when you saw her, didn't she look like you?
She been looked like me. They 3 days apart. They look like twins.
Damn.
My genes is that strong.
Yo, let me
So
tell
the
you
other
something.
child, you're good with that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen. There's enough child talk,
Are
man.
the two sisters together?
Yes.
Yo,
They cool
Choke.
together?
Yes, and I
Well,
did that.
Then there you go.
Their
Then there
mothers
you
didn't
go.
do that.
Then
I
you
did
go to
that.
Then why are you angry now?
Choke, let me tell you something.
I'm angry
Be
because
angry
what she
at
said.
be angry at motherfuckers
Wait, 'cause
over
who-
you
what was
bred.
it, me?
But you brought your two daughters together.
Yes.
Come
Man,
on.
listen.
You listen. You're
Drop
good
the
for that.
motherfucking microphone, man.
Listen
that
to me.
right there.
Listen to me, Choke. This is not no fucking family court here. Okay, what the fuck are you doing over here? Let's get to the point. Let's move on from this shit.
All right,
too much arguing, too much
is
yelling.
over.
Let's get to. So you're out of jail. Let's get to when you become a videographer for Roc-a-fella. Now, is it you met Dame? How did that happen?
Hold on.
Okay,
Stop for a second. Understand something too. At this time, right now, there is so little documentation happening within hip hop. It's not even being considered. People are living it, but nobody is considering how this thing needs to be preserved.
True story. I heard him say that people make fun of people. No. Everybody's like back in the day, they made fun of people like following someone around and videotaping them, or
Right.
like what are you doing? Like what's going on here? Now everyone does it. He was saying.
Me
What were
and
you
Dame,
using
we
at
got
the
that a
time?
lot.
What were you using at the time? Like
When I first started
yeah,
shooting?
your camera. Like what were you using?
It went from VHS to 8mm. to
that big boy. You had that big boy on your shoulder.
Yo, that VHS camera was the worst.
You had to get that.
I didn't own that one. That was my man, but I shot with it, and the tunnel used to get so hot in there because they never turned the AC on that the VHS camera was shut off, and you had to run outside and let it cool off and come back in for it to work.
Get somebody to blow on that shit. Pause.
Yeah.
No. So how'd you meet Dame?
After I was done with the tunnel, I had put out music video documentaries on the tunnel, and I did 3 volumes, which was on VHS was Tunnel 2000, Tunnel 2001, and then T3. And then the format changed to DVD from VHS. Mm-hmm. And I re-released them on DVD, and I titled it The Tunnel is Closed, Volume 1, 2, and 3. And then I did Part 4, which was The Best of Jay-Z, The Tunnel is Closed, Volume 4. And I went to Roc-a-fella because I had a friend that was acting with me named Emmanuel. And she was working in the video production department. And I went and I told her, yo, I want to get some trailers from y'all to put at the beginning of this.
Sure.
You know, because they had Paid in Full, Backstage, Paper Soldiers. All these things was on DVD by now. So I went to them to get the trailers to put at the beginning. And Dame was like, you know, let me see them. Let me see the DVD first before I give them to you. And then I showed him it. And he was impressed that I did everything by myself. He like, you produced and directed this? You shot this? You did the marketing and packaging? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, you want to come work for us? And I was like, when? And he was like, tomorrow we're going to De La Hoya fight. You know, you can come with me and just shoot everything. I was like, all right. And next day, he took my number. We exchanged numbers. And the next day, I was on a private jet going to Vegas for the De La Hoya versus Shane Mosley fight.
Classic. Just like that.
Just like that. I mean, we had front row tickets, all that shit.
Now, it's funny to be amongst those type of people at that time because I'm sure you were trying to get your paper up at that time. And,
right.
And you know, here you are. It's like you're in the mix, but you're still, you know, behind the 8 ball, so to speak, you know?
Well, I wasn't that fucked up because I was making money off of them tunnel DVDs.
Okay.
Yes, I was living.
Did Flex want a piece of it?
No.
Okay.
No, we'll get the Flex, but with Dame, so he basically now you were on to Roc-a-fella, but he basically had you like shoot a lot of his stuff too, right? Like personal.
Yeah, I mean, I was in video productions because it wasn't just him. I did a lot of stuff, shot a lot of stuff with the artists. But with Dame, it was he wanted me to follow him around for the most part. So I was documenting his day to day for the most part, which worked out great for me because
now
I learned so much in business because I sat
like
in so
what?
many meetings that I wasn't supposed to be in.
Like what? What would you say? Something that you learned that you take with you to this day?
I learned marketing. I know promotion. I learned
About
budgets. I learned product management.
How many meetings a day would Dame do?
All day, every day. Unless he was either going to get the kids or if he wasn't going to get the kids, he was going to work out.
Now let me ask you something. So right now you're in Roc-a-fella. You got a gig with them, right? You're moving around on a private jet, right?
Right. All the time.
Now, were you getting paid at that time? Like, did you sign a contract, or did you become like? How did that? Or just it was a handshake, or?
Nah. It was we had a verbal agreement,
A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, and it was just I was at first I was on staff for a minute until I got jumped. By the whole Jay-Z shit when I got jumped.
But you can't just jump over that. You can't jump over that. We'll bounce around. When you say you got jumped. But that was at the end of what you were doing with
No,
Dame,
that
right?
was in the beginning. That shit happened. I just stayed there.
You got jumped in?
Wait. So where was this?
Where I got jumped?
Yeah.
This happened at Manhattan Center.
Okay.
Or the Hammerstein.
So for those that don't know, supposedly, and you tell me, but Jay and his team didn't want you taping them, but Dame said to go in there and tape. Like, what was the miscommunication?
It was no miscommunication. Jay-Z didn't fuck with Dame at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, this is like almost the end of Roc-a-fella.
2002.
Okay.
He already didn't fuck with Dame.
Really?
Yeah, he didn't. When I got there, he didn't fuck with Dame.
Do you know why he didn't fuck with him? Was it like was Dame too much?
It was a bunch of shit. But at that time, then it was probably the Aaliyah shit.
That they both was messing with her?
Yeah.
So she was with Jay first, and then Dame kind of stole her?
Yeah.
So was Jay-Z kind of like taking her seriously, like he really liked her?
Every time I seen him with her. I mean, he wouldn't, like, Jay don't like to be filmed.
Right.
But there's plenty of times I seen Jay with Aaliyah, and I'll try to run up on him with the camera, and he'd be like, yo, don't film us.
Do you know how
she'll separate herself from him, and she'll do an interview, or he'll do something, but it was never done together. But, if anybody seen him and Beyonce in the beginning, it was the same shit. You know, they was together, but you didn't really know it at first. You know, they kind of held their distance. But, I think it was that. I think it was a bunch of other shit that, you know, played a toll. But in my personal opinion, I think that was the straw that broke the rock. Yeah.
What do you think made Dame so comfortable to even take his girl, though? Because
Dame is a clown. Dame is corny. Dame can't get bitches. You know what I'm saying? Pardon the term bitches. But Dame is I've seen Dame hate on me, you know, whether we was in Paris or New York.
Man, you're going over so many stories, yo.
Hold on, just let me talk.
Yeah.
He's just been a hater. I remember one time, you know, I was with these Moroccan chicks in Paris and London.
They got a lot of hair, though.
Why y'all with Choke? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm handsome, nigga. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Because I'm giving them this
my Panamanian chick. I remember one time we was on the elevator. Someone, he like, yo, why you fucking with Choke? Nigga, because I look good. You mad because I could pull a bitch on the skateboard and you got $10 million in your pocket and you got to pay for some pussy?
But, you know, that's one thing that I never understood. Why wouldn't he give more credit to certain people and be happy that his team was, flourishing? But you know, I think he comes off as like, if you play with him a little, he'll be like, nah, I'm just joking, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
nah,
that's from what
seriously joking.
Yes. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If he could get away with it, he is. If he allow you, if you allow him to get away with it, he will. Mm-hmm. But. Yeah.
You say that
even the girl he got now.
You say that she's holding him down. Who did he steal her from?
I think one of the creative control dudes that was down with him.
So that's kind of like his MO.
Yeah, that's his MO. Like that was
somebody else's girl. I thought Trey
and they brought the girl Rocky around.
Okay.
And Dame snaked whoever it was and took her. Now she is a girl.
Yeah. You say that he's broke, right? You said that many times before. Yeah. This ain't something I'm just breaking.
Right.
You say you can't come to New York because of child support, all that.
You can't.
But doesn't he own like Dash Motors, the oil? Doesn't he have like?
Well, you ever seen that shit anywhere in the store?
I mean,
you ever went to a gas station?
I get Castro, man. I get Castro. Not castrated. Castro.
He the only motherfucker using that shit.
Now let me ask you something. I know you're mad. You say he owes you money, right?
That money.
I know. But how much money was it for you to be that pissed off, or is it just principle?
It's more principle.
Was it a lot of money though?
It was between 10 and 20 grand.
So you just couldn't get paid? Is that?
It got to the point where that Dame used a lot of the company's money to pay people, and it got to a point where Jay-Z started getting hip to the shit. And it's probably kind of my fault when I think about it, because I remember one time we went on a trip and I seen the invoice. And we would take these trips like once a month for 2 weeks, and each trip was 400 racks. You know, that's 400,000 for y'all don't know. So I remember one time we came back and this motherfucker wouldn't let me go to sleep. And I was agitated, irritated, because at that time he was tweaking. Because he knew Jay-Z was leaving, so he just would make us work.
But how did he know that he was leaving?
The writing was on the wall. The writing was definitely on the wall. I'll tell you a few things that led up to that. But
you're saying he would make you sleep or something like that?
Yeah. You know, he was just being real anal and shit. And Damn, I lost my train of thought. But to make a long story short.
You're saying 400 racks?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. We came back from a trip one time, and I said to Shaka Pilgrim, I said, this nigga Dane keep fucking spending $400,000 every 2 weeks for dumb shit. And I looked at her face, and she was like, that's how much she's spending? And I know she went and told Jay-Z. And she went and told Jay the next day or a day after, there was no more Dame just doing what the fuck he wanted to do. Jay-Z had it to where Dame had to sign off on everything that Dame wanted to do because Dame was just blowing money. You know what I'm saying? And then his accountant told him, yo, Dame, you can't keep taking these private jets no more. Like, you're killing yourself. We was the last ones on the Concorde. We took the last Concorde back from London to here.
Now, being that you particularly obviously worked with Roc-a-fella, but you also, like we spoke about before, you worked directly with Dame. What was he saying when those changes were happening? Because he doesn't go down easy. Pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you were around.
It was a lot of arguments with him and Leo. I remember when Joel's album was getting ready to come out, and his shit was he had a strong buzz, and Leo and them was like, "Yeah, that's it. It's a rap. We ain't cutting no more checks. We ain't opening no more budgets and stuff." And Dame was arguing with him. He could not understand why they would not cut any more budgets. But remember, at that time, Dame had signed like 20-something people.
Yeah.
He was trying to sign up everybody because he knew Jay was leaving. So he was trying to make Roc-a-fella strong so it could stand on its own without Jay-Z.
Sure.
He spent too much money on Christian?
I think, Dame wore his sneakers once and threw them shits in the garbage. He had to pop tags every day.
Yo, we got so many different stories to go over, but let's get back to that.
The writings on the wall.
No. Well, yeah. You said you'd tell a couple of tales about that.
Well, I mean, I knew Jay was leaving because for anybody that know Jay-Z, Jay-Z tells his life through his music. And when Cameron and them did the Dipset anthem, and we shot the video, when Biggs and Biggs and Dame got in that fucking video and held up the rock sign, when Cam said 2 more for Cam's taking over the rock, I think that was it for Jay-Z. Like, these niggas disrespected me on the label. They taking over the label. And y'all niggas is in the fucking video throwing it up with these niggas?
Right.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, was that before he took it? That was after he took his girl already.
Yeah. It's like, and that's the chain of events. Like, I can't trust you around women.
Can't trust you with the money.
And can't trust you with money. Now your fucking crew's up here disrespecting me.
What about Biggs? What was Biggs saying throughout all this?
Biggs was riding with Dame, which puzzles me now real crazy is how he came home from jail and he don't even fuck with Dame. And he over here with Jay. Yeah, I guarantee you ain't seen 3 pictures of Biggs and Dame together since the Biggs came home.
But who's doing is that, you think? Dame's or Biggs?
From when I'm here, Biggs did some things from people who didn't like him and shit. So I guess by the time he came home, niggas felt the way. So he like, yo, I'm going over there. I ain't gonna fuck with niggas.
Yeah. But how did you, I'll tell you, I give you a lot of credit because you're a street dude. You know how to move. You vibe. You smooth motherfucker. Let's get back to where you went to the club and you're saying Jay-Z, what, like you were told to tape him. Next thing you know, you had a broken jaw. And then you forgave this dude? You didn't try to do anything? I'm just saying, I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you the whole story behind that. Dame told me to come to shoot Jay at the Hammerstein. And when I get there, I start filming. And anybody that know me knows, I'm the best that ever did it when it comes to this filming thing. I'm jumping on the speakers. I'm in the pit. I'll stand on Jay's head and film him from the top down. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm just going to get the best shot. And while Jay's performing, and walk in.
This was in the city, right?
Yeah, this is at the Hammerstein.
Okay.
Jay's looking at me like, yo, who the fuck is this dude? Like, why is he jumping all over the place filming during my set? Right? So Jay stops the show for a second. And he goes over to Tata. I'm watching everything. Now I know these niggas. You know what I'm saying? He talked to Tata. Tata go over to Dame. He like, yo, what the fuck is going on with this? Yo, he worked for us. He down with Roc-a-fella. He worked for us and shit. So Tata go back to Jay. Boom, boom, boom. Jay say something back to Tata. Boom, 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 boom. Tata go over to this dude, Sean Arnold. He say something to him. Sean Arnold, I see him with the shoulder shrug, like, I don't give a fuck, like, whatever, do what y'all gotta do, and shit. Show's over. Tata throws a drink, try to start, hysteria and shit. But I peeped the shit. I'm from the streets, so he throws a drink. All right. Nothing happens. So we walking out, me and Dane, we the last ones walking out. And as we walking out, Tata blocks the doorway, right? And I look at him, and I'm like, what? And he looking, and I say, what the fuck you gonna do? And he froze, right? Then he tells his boys, get him! You know what I'm saying? So, like, 3 dudes jumped me. I don't remember who these dudes are to this day. They could be, one of y'all could be one of them, and I wouldn't know because the shit happened so fast.
It wasn't me. No, right. Shaggy.
Right, so, they start jumping me or whatever. One of the dudes go and kick the camera on my hand and misses. No, I move the camera, and his foot catch me in the chin. And when he catch me in the chin, I drop the camera. Tata picks it up. He runs out.
That's whack.
Right? Now, Dane told me I ran on him. Mm-hmm. These niggas jumped me. What you do, Dane?
Well, where was he?
He didn't windmill or nothing?
Jay ain't doing nothing. But he told me I ran on him in Paris. Right? Yeah. Now, here go Jay niggas jumping me. You don't help me.
So you sleep in Paris, shit.
Yeah, like, so when you get jumped in Paris, you need assistance, nigga?
Yeah. You're actually right.
So we'll get back to Paris, right? So, they take the camera, they run out, whatever. Now, I leave, I go, my jaw's fractured. I try to go to the diner on 34th and 9th, I think it is, across from B&H. Try to sit down, eat a burger.
Did you get your camera back?
Oh, yeah, they gave it back afterwards. So I noticed my jaw's broke. I go to the hospital. Boom, I get out the hospital. After a few days, I go see Dame, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up? I bring the goons with me, clearly. And he like, yo, it was Jay. It was Jay's fault. Jay gonna take care of it, this, that, and the other. So
what's taking care of it mean?
Give him some money.
He paid me.
Like what?
A healthy amount.
Get out of his pocket.
I'm not going to say the dollar amount, but he paid me enough
6
for me.
figures?
To not go to the
get out of his pocket.
No, I want to know.
I'm not going to tell you the amount.
Okay.
But he paid me. He paid me enough the way I didn't want revenge on his ass.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Because trust me, everybody in Eden Wall was like open Caesar on Roc-a-fella chains.
And how was Eden Wall was about to get
lit. Yeah, niggas, and I'm like, chill.
And how was the relationship afterwards? Did you become cool with him?
With me and Jay?
Yeah. Or he just
you know
Dame's
the crazy shit? This nigga, one day, afterwards, Jay was uneasy about the whole situation because it just went too smooth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he probably heard of my reputation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So one day he comes to Dame house, right? And I'm there, this shit kind of blew over a little bit. Because for me, Jay-Z paying me was enough for me to be good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it showed me that at that time he was on probation for the unstabbing. Now, if I would have pressed charges, Jay-Z would have went to jail.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm looking at it 3 ways. One, I'm looking at, I want to blow this nigga head off. You know what I'm saying? Then his music come to my head. If I shoot you, I'm brainless.
Yeah, you shoot me, I'm
famous. What the fucking nigga to do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Jay-Z's at this time, he the cash cow. I'm at Roc-a-fella. Why am I going to throw my career shooting this nigga? Because I would have. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that know me know I would have. When he paid me, and I wasn't going to rat on him. You know, back then,
you're a stand-up dude.
Back then, I'm saying, I ain't snitching. I ain't going to tell. Now, I would have fucking told and got some millions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like fucking R. Kelly did, like did. Yeah. I was the dumb street nigga. I ain't gonna tell. But he still paid me off. It was good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hold that 1 second. You know what? Let's take a quick break. Internet, you listen to the Premium Pete Show. Miss Listen knows Dallas Penn. ChokeNoJoke's in the building. Listen, the stories are endless. I want to say this right now. You're a great storyteller. You are a great storyteller. I've seen it before, and I'm seeing it right now, and the Internet's seeing it right now. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Cheers. Internet, you already know this episode is brought to you by the good folks at Bevel. Go to getbevel.com/Pete. Get yourself some discounts. See what they got going on over there. Listen, Nas already told you it's a major key.
Because his signature fade is with the bevel blade.
Yes, it is. And I tell you, I just love overall Bevel, what they have done for the podcasting world, but more importantly, what they have done as a business. I mean, like I said, they're on the shelves of Target. Every time I see them on the shelves of Target, I always see only like one or two left, or whether a grooming product, a razor, a brush, a cream. So, listen, Bevel is doing their thing. So head on over to getbevel.com/Pete. Check out what they got going on. Check out what they have to offer. And also get yourself a discount while you're at it.
Ow.
We already told you that this episode is brought to you by the good folks at College of Hip Hop. Let me tell you something. College of Hip Hop is free. It's available across all of app platforms. And I'll tell you one thing. They're bringing new exclusive interviews, seminars with music industry artists, and veterans. It's like going to college, the College of Hip Hop. It has all information about, you want to learn about managerial skills, you want to learn about publishing, you want to learn about any type of properties, any type of stuff you want to know about the business and the industry. Download the College of Hip Hop. Miss Lissa, free 99.
That's right. Get that information. Even if you have your GED or if you're a college dropout, high school diploma, this is the app for you if you're trying to break into the music industry. It's a one-stop shop and it's free.
Let me tell you
I'm about to go there right now because I'm working on my mixtape.
I tell people all the time, I don't mess with people who are closed-minded. Keep an open mind. Learn something new every day. The College of Hip Hop.
That's
Download
right.
that app right now. Cheer. Now let's get back to the show. Internet, and we're back sitting here with ChokeNoJoke, the motherfucking ChokeNoJoke. Listen, Choke, we can't not skip over this fucking story. You're talking about how Dame said that you ran on he ran on you when Jay-Z and all that shit went down, and they broke your jaw. But what about in Paris? Yo, one thing I will say, I heard that story, and when I heard that story, I was like, I was telling Dallas, I was like, this fucking guy is an amazing storyteller. The way you told that Paris story, right. What exactly happened in Paris that
First of all, where we at? Y'all in one of the suburbs of Paris? Like Clegancourt or some shit?
Yeah, we definitely in this.
What were you there for?
We was doing interviews. We was on a promo run for Roc-a-fella. Mm-hmm. And I think we had some of the artists with us. So, that was Dame thing. He liked to, we went over there for Roc-a-fella. It was the international launch of Roc-a-fella.
Mm. Okay.
So we went over there, and then we also went over there for inspiration shopping for Roc-a-fella. Mm. Dame would go over there, and we would just shop and all the fly shit, buy it, then Dame would come back to Roc-a-fella, drop all that shit on the desk, recreate this.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, that's how he did it. He'll go buy shit over there that people didn't see over here, and bring it over here and have them remake it. And just throw the Roc-a-fella logo on it.
We speak a lot about Dame and a lot of issues that you have with him. But
right.
What are some of the things that you really feel like he's amazing at, if you can say anything?
Or that you respect about him.
Respect about him, yeah.
Nah, he has a great business sense. Mm-hmm. Even though he's very emotional in business, mm-hmm. and it's just his passion. But as a businessman, I learned so much from him mm-hmm. and Jay-Z that it made me the businessman who I am today. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I learned a lot from
this
dude.
you can learn from
There's
people's mistakes.
There's so much fuckery that go on.
Yeah.
And this dude is sharp with it. You know what I'm saying? So me sitting down with a camera, just filming him for years at a time and days at a time, I'm sitting in meetings that I probably wasn't supposed to be in. Mm. You know what I'm saying? So I would just sit there and just be quiet.
Like a sponge.
And just absorb it all. So when people get mad, when people try to take advantage of me and I get mad, sometimes I turn to Dame because it's the same passion. He's a Taurus like I am. And when a motherfucker trying to get over on you, it is irritating when you're an intelligent person. Right. Because I feel like you're trying to insult my intelligence.
The only thing with the style of how Dame is, he's like one of those dudes that always feel like somebody's trying to pull an okie doke on them. So he's very aware of the situation. But sometimes I feel like not every situation, some people aren't like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to always be one way the whole way. you know. But anyway, let's get back to.
And he learned that.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Over the years, I'm sure he learned that. I've seen this dude. We be in a prestigious restaurant, and we run into Bob and Harvey Weinstein, and he walk up to y'all niggas is fucking herbs, you fucking clowns, and you like, Dame, like what the fuck you doing? That's why he in there Hollywood today.
And that's why Harvey's still working with Jay. They just did that documentary for
that all that is to poke the bear, to say fuck you, Dame, fuck you, fuck you.
You know,
so now would you say that Jay-Z is a better businessman than Dame?
Well, I mean the
outside. Hold on. If you look at the dollar amount and where Jay-Z's at, yes, Jay-Z is the better businessman as far as how to handle business.
How to move in that room full of vultures.
Dame is better than Jay in business, but Jay knows how to move better in business. Dame is more business savvy. Dame is more smarter than Jay.
But Choke, let me cut you off for a second, because you spent so much time with Dame. Did you ever see Dame turn Dame off? Because he had to be very aggressive in dealing with all of these dudes, dealing with State Prop, dealing with Kanye.
No, he was never aggressive dealing with State Prop. Brains would have cracked his head.
I mean, he had to be aggressive with Lior. He had to be aggressive with Kevin Lyles. He had to be Lior. I'm sorry,
we heard he's a Lior.
Okay,
that's what we heard.
Lior. But again, I mean, he had to be aggressive in the business sense of securing the deals for these guys, of bringing these guys through into the industry.
He didn't have to. That was his choice. He didn't have to do it.
So he could have soft shoed and still gotten the things done he needed to do.
Yeah.
You think
so?
Yeah. I mean, I've learned that you get more with honey,
shit.
Than shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit worked for me at some point, because I learned from the mistakes watching him. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If he was a nicer dude to Leo Cohen and Kevin Lyles and them, he may be in Jay-Z's position. You get what I'm saying? So he
might still be around today.
Yeah, definitely. He would be around.
I mean, he ain't around.
Instead of the guy that everybody wants to shit on.
Yeah, he's
right, because of his attitude. Listen, Dame didn't only black out when people did him wrong. Dame did that shit for attention.
He embarrassed him, too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we all in a room, he want to snap on his sneakers. He want to snap on his jeans. He want to snap on his hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Because it's 3 chicks in the room, and he trying to look like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he going to belittle all of us to make himself look bigger when he really is the corniest nigga in the room every time.
What was the turning point for you guys? Like, when were you like, you know what, I had enough with him? Like
his mouth. It was at XM Radio. We had our rock radio and XM Radio. This before XM Radio really became big, because we was the only really hip hop niggas on there. And a show aired. It was BT Get Fresh with The Rock. And I ain't get no credit. The credits go on. The show is all footage. Everybody know I was the one shooting the footage. Mm-hmm. So 85% of the show I did. Johnny Nunez had a few pictures in there. That's it. The fucking shit go off. I'm looking at the credits. Dame Dash, producer, director. Johnny Nunez, photos. This chick, credit. That's it. Hold the fuck up. Y'all niggas give Johnny a credit for some pictures? And I shot all this shit? And I've been on Debo, Robert De Niro, and all these motherfuckers to get on this camera? And you sit here and tell me I don't get a credit?
But why wouldn't they give you credit?
Because Dame was trying to be me. Now that I look at it, he wanted all the credit as the producer director, because that's the direction he wanted to go in.
Right. I heard you say somebody you were doing some short videos or something for like promotion, and somebody was like, I forgot, maybe it was
Ed Lover.
Ed Lover. And
yeah, I did the Dream Team commercials. I came up with a concept for all the artists to have their own commercial, right? Everybody did it except for Jay-Z. Jay-Z wouldn't do it because he wasn't fucking with Dame. So here go Dame tried to get me to shoot shoot the one with Jay, and Jay don't want to do it. I'm like, nigga, you done got my fucking jaw broke once. You want to film this motherfucker? He don't want to do it?
Yeah.
Here go Dame. So he gets somebody else to do it, right? Jay-Z standing right here, right? And he tell the dude, yo, run the camera. And he go run next to Dame. Jay, Dream Team album in stores now. Dream Team album in stores now. And Jay looking at him like, nigga, would you get the fuck away from me? Nigga, get that cut that camera off. So they turn the tapes over to me and say, yo, here's the Jay-Z commercial. I got everybody else. You can look them up on YouTube. The Dream Team paid in full soundtrack commercials. And everybody got one except for Jay. So when I get the tape and I see how Dame got Jay, you didn't really get Jay. He didn't consent to this shit.
Right. You
just standing next to this nigga saying Dream Team throwing up the rock sign, and the nigga's clearly irritated as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't use it. So when all the commercials is running on TV, BET, MTV, nigga Dame's like, yo, where's the Jay-Z one? I didn't use that shit. Why? Jay didn't want to be in the commercial. Why you use it? Dogs. You see what the fuck happened to me the first time. Not that I'm scared of this nigga, but you don't get it? He don't fuck with you.
Right.
And you still trying to fuck with this nigga. It was over that already. And like I said, when Cam and them did that Dipset anthem, Jay-Z dropped a mixtape. That style called a mixtape because he dropped a sneaker at that time. And on that album is a song called Rockstar, which is a remake of Pharrell's Party Like a Rockstar, whatever the fuck, right? Where the lyrics go, I'm the king of the rock. There is none higher. This is a reply to Cameron because 2 more for taking over the rock.
Right.
I'm the king of the rock. There is none higher. Fuck Jay-Z. Y'all should call me sire. He say, fuck, I'm the king of the rock. There is none higher.
Right, to take my kingdom, you must use fire. Something.
To take my kingdom, you must use fire. I got Leo Rich. You got niggas fired. I'm the cash cow about to cash out. Drop the Black album and back out. And I ain't got to come back out to pull that me back out the garage. You know what I'm saying? Some getting out. Some money's my job. Army in the cut. Giorgio Armani, Smuts, Scooby-Doo's walking on you much. I'm back on it. The mask. He's just going off telling these niggas I'm out. Basically. I go to Dame and them. Yo, Dame, Jay's out. Oh, Choke, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Do y'all niggas not listen to the words or y'all skim through it? What the fuck are you talking about? The nigga saying he's out. I go to Kenny Burns, who was running rock music at that time. I play for him. Yo, Jay-Z's out. Oh, Choke, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Jay-Z ain't going nowhere. Few months later, motherfucking Jay-Z is running Def Jam, got all his fucking masters back. And Dame and them niggas is standing there looking stupid as a motherfucker.
Like Jay gave Dame, but Jay gave Dame like
Jay ain't give Dame nothing.
He didn't give Dame like a Metro card.
Metro card. Yo,
he gave him an ultimatum and said, "If you made Hove, make another Hove."
But you know
that's what he did.
you know something that you said too. You said that Ed Lover was like, "Yo, these commercials are dope."
Oh yeah,
who did them?
And then Dame said, we did. Yeah. We did at Roc-a-fella. Nigga, I'm sitting right here. And now, had that been maybe a Irv or Jay Prince, they would have been like, oh, the little homie right here did it.
Yeah, his name's ChokeNoJoke.
Choke did that. He came on together. But Dame don't want to give me no credit because he don't want nobody else
but if someone is not
to come and snatch me and pay me my worth. I used to do jobs for Def Jam when I was at Roc-a-fella, and Dame would go down there and scream on them. Don't be using my fucking people.
He's a hater.
Like, these motherfuckers give me 5 racks for a commercial. And this motherfucker is screaming on Deidre Graham, telling her, leave me the fuck alone. Don't hire they people.
That's crazy.
What about now? Are you afraid that with you being so public and speaking out, are you afraid that he'll try to sabotage your new projects?
Who?
Dame.
Who?
Nobody.
Exactly. Next.
And
he can't sabotage his son's cookies. Because damn, she can't do shit to me.
Yeah. You spoke about damn, you got Choke.
Dame said that you made copies of everything. Is that true?
That's a lie too.
Okay.
I got the originals.
Oh, done.
Tell him to show me the originals if he got them.
Yo, you know it's funny. You talk about going downstairs and screaming at Def Jam. You actually taped the legendary blow up by Dame when he went into office, finding out
that Jay was having a
marketing meeting. You know how did that happen?
Listen, if Def Jam's having a marketing meeting about a Jay-Z album. And John McNeely is sitting in that fucking meeting.
Who's John McNeely? For those that
John McNeely is Jay-Z's manager.
Okay. Still to this day?
I don't think Jay fuck with John McNeely no more.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but from what I'm hearing, I think they separated.
So he's in that meeting,
right?
How did how did this happen? How did you?
Big's brother had died. God rest in peace. God bless Baba Lob. He had got killed in the Bronx, and when we was at the funeral, Gerard, who was working in marketing at Roc-a-fella, got an email from somebody, and it was a marketing meeting the next morning at 10 a.m. for the Black Album, and this is like 7, 8 at night. We all at the funeral house. The funeral home. So we see Kevin, Leo, all these people, Jay-Z, they all at the funeral. Right? And so this dude was like, yo, they got a meeting tomorrow for the Black Album. And Dame's like, what? Like, nobody told me nothing? How they having a meeting about a Roc-a-fella artist and nobody's telling me nothing?
Right.
Now, at that time, Dame wouldn't call Jay or text him and to find
Jay wasn't fucking with. I keep telling y'all, Jay was not fucking with this dude.
I know, but you know what's so funny?
From 2000, let me tell you.
Yeah.
From 2002, Jay was not fucking with him. Let me.
Damn.
Let me finish this, and I'm gonna jump to something to prove it. We left the funeral. As we was leaving the funeral, Dame says to me, "Yo, Choke, they having a meeting tomorrow. We gonna bust up in their shit. It means at 10:30. Meet me at 9:30 at the office. 9:30, 9 o'clock. I was there. 9:30, 10:50. 9:50. We walking down to the office, and y'all see the rest from there. We walk right into that, and Dame blows up. Yo, what the fuck? Da 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 da. He didn't have to do that. He could have walked in that meeting, looked at everybody, stepped out, and said, yo, Jay, what the fuck is going on? Because it was that obvious. It was obvious to me. But Dame used that as a opportunity to black out on Def Jam. You know what I'm saying? To embarrass them.
Where was Jay? Where was Jay in that meeting, though? He never got there yet? They told him
he never was going to be there anyway. John McNeely, that's his job to handle that. And then delegate back to Jay-Z.
Okay.
Right.
So when Jay did that, when Dame did that, he went in there and bust up. All that was the emotion letting go of him saying, oh, shit.
He knew
Choke was right.
He knew it was over.
Nigga is leaving.
Yeah,
right.
He knew it was over.
Yeah,
and it was like that. It was
that's when it was blatant.
That was that breakup. That was that breakup argument right there.
And people.
That's a fact. That's like when I left the gym and I cursed that lady out. I had to go.
There you go.
Yeah,
and was like people weren't saying like, what the fuck? You got this camera in my face. Nobody was saying that to you.
Of course they said that. They definitely said that. Judy Greenwald. Oh, why are you filming this? Stop filming.
Did you ever have to walk around with leaf forms or anything?
You gonna have to smack this shit on the floor for me to stop filming.
Yeah.
And Dame is paying me. You ain't paying me. I'm not stopping.
Let me ask you. You've been through a lot with Dame, and you've seen some fucked up shit, and he kind of showed some of his true colors. What made you still stay so loyal to dude? Because you did.
That's just the Taurus in me, and that's just the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? But that shit did end. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's the accent radio.
Yeah, when I
went to we was on the air, and Dame said, "Sit down, Choke. Let's interview Choke. Choke, why are you so tight, Choke? Why are you so tight?" I'm like, "Yo, how to get fresh with the rock shit air on BET, and I ain't got no credit." Oh well, old girl, I don't want to say her name because I never want to get this bitch no burn.
The designer.
No.
Whatever.
No.
I need to know which go.
No, you don't. He said, she said she don't, you don't deserve her credit, and she's been working at VH1 all these years, so she knows. I'm like, Dame, how long have you been in TV and movies? You telling me the cameraman don't get a credit in the TV show? The cameraman? There's no show without the fucking cameraman.
Right.
So he's like,
pathetic, man.
Well, she said it. I said, yo, come on, man. You playing me stupid now, nigga. And that led to an argument. That argument led to us getting physical. So we jumped up and we getting ready to square off and fight. So he like, niggas is like, yo, Dame, you gonna let him talk to you like that? They gonna let him talk to you like that? This is what his niggas is saying. And I'm like, whatever. And he's like, y'all ain't see this nigga come see me after his jaw got broke with them killers. Y'all niggas shut the fuck up. This ain't what he's saying, but I know this was in his head. And he like, this is his cop out. Oh, he gonna sue. If I hit him, he gonna sue. I said, nigga, I ain't sue Jay-Z and my jaw got broke. What the fuck make you think I'm gonna sue you? I'm not gonna sue. And I tried to fight him. And he wouldn't fight me. And that day I quit. I walked out and I left. And I never went back.
Now, you spoke about fighting him again. I heard you say, like, come to New York City. Oh, that's right. You can't come to New York City.
Yeah.
Because he had child support with who? What's her name? Rachel Roy.
He got other kids, too. He got child support.
All of those want money.
Yeah, but that dude get kids older.
What about Rachel?
Boogie's the oldest.
Yeah, so he
got it was Boogie, is Ava, then is Lucky. That's the child support case. And then Rachel, she has another one outside of Ava.
What about the rumors with Jay and Rachel? Any truth to those? Was that like his payback for what he did with Aaliyah?
I don't know. I'm not going to touch that one. I like Beyonce too much.
Okay.
I love Solange.
I love them too. I'm just asking what the people want to know.
Shout out to Rachel Roy's eyebrows.
But you did say
thick,
that
hot
Dame
BB eyebrows.
Yeah,
you know?
Rachel Roy's hot.
She's sexy.
She alright. She's alright. If you into that kind of thing.
What you talking about, man?
She alright.
She may be
we
a little
into
hairy,
that type
but
of thing. It's called sexy.
She alright.
Yeah.
She alright.
Rachel, you sexy. Don't
You
let that hate on you.
Becky with the good hair.
You know what?
Yo, stop it.
This will probably be like the last of the Dame stuff, but tell us the Paris story that we can't forget. So you pull up to Paris, you're in there. You said you were doing an international.
Hold on, I got one better for you.
Okay.
Because you asked me about the whole Jay-Z shit and where me and Jay-Z said after my jaw was broke. Now, and this would be a segue into the Paris shit, right? Okay. Because clearly Dame didn't help me when I got jumped, right?
Right.
Right. Okay. Jay-Z comes to Dame's house, the Black Door, which is a loft downtown in Tribeca. And when Dame comes, Jay-Z comes to fill me out because he don't know. He's like, yo, this nigga still working for us. He got his jaw broke. He don't know where I stand. And he by now, he done heard my reputation. I'm at Dame's house sitting there, right? Here come Jay-Z. Now, this is my first time seeing Jay-Z since this whole shit, right? This is how much of a fucking sucker Dame is. Now, nigga, I done got my jaw broke following your orders. Now, here come Jay-Z in Dame's house trying to intimidate me. Clearly, I'm not scared of this nigga. I will beat the shit out this nigga on the one-on-one, right? And no disrespect to Jay, but this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Especially after getting my jaw broke. This nigga comes in the house with, right? He by himself, and I'm standing on the other side of the room by myself. He whispers something to Dame. Both of these niggas come and stand on each side of me. I'm standing there, and they both just stand on the side of me and don't say nothing. Just trying to intimidate me. So I'm standing there, and I'm like, as soon as one of these niggas say something foul or act like they gonna do something, I'm jumping on Jay-Z ass. I'm not even thinking about Dame. Because I'm getting my revenge at this point right now. You know what I'm saying? I will crack these motherfucking wires in my mouth. You thought fucking Kanye was spitting through the wire. I would have ripped my mouth open and bit this nigga nose off. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Because why the fuck is y'all niggas trying to intimidate me? I didn't even fucking press no charges on you or nothing. But this showed me how much of a pussy Dame was. Hit Jay come in the house and y'all niggas going to stand on both sides of me and try to intimidate me. I didn't move. I didn't flinch. I ain't fucking blink. They just stood there looking stupid. And then they eventually walked off and went back and finished talking. And then I'm looking at Dame like, this motherfucker had something happen to me and you standing on this nigga's side? You fucking punk. I couldn't believe this. And it's the same nigga that done took the company, he took Roc-a-fella from you.
Armadale.
He did everything. Roc-a-fella, he got all his masters. He's a president of Def Jam. You out here fucked up. And you talking about Choke ran on me? Nigga, Jay-Z done took about 50 to fucking 300 million from you. And you talking about Choke ran on me? You should be out here trying to fucking crack this nigga head.
Yeah.
And the funny shit is, I say to Darren Chandler's Dame's uncle. He used to be the president at Roc-a-fella. I see Darren Chandler one day. I say, yo, Darren, how the fuck Dame let Jay take everything, my nigga? He said, yo, his last name is Dash, not Chandler. Now let's talk about Paris.
You pull up to Paris, International Roc-a-fella, debut. Right. Roc-a-fella, debut.
Mm-hmm. And the car service we had like a
company car
service / bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The driver was our bodyguard. He drops us off, and I need y'all to look at this in the hood mentality. Because even though y'all think it's Paris and y'all think that nigga said I ran, so I must have ran up the fucking Eiffel Tower or some crazy shit. Y'all need to look at Paris as any other New York street. Now, excuse me, when you think of New York street and you think, on the Ave, say we walking down the Ave.
Okay.
And this shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
This is how far I ran. If we on the Ave and I ran into a bodega,
okay,
that's all I went.
Okay, so you ran to the corner.
I just went into, not even the corner, wherever the fuck was right behind us.
Okay, no doubt.
I go in the store to put my camera in the bag. Reason being, when we got out the car, when we was in the car, I was filming. I just popped a new tape in. I filmed this chick. She was a prostitute. I didn't realize that until after the fact. Right? So I film her. As we get out the car, the driver tells us, yo, all y'all got to do is just walk right through here and, you'll be at the radio station.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not telling us, yo, I'm leaving y'all on fucking Fulton Street in Brooklyn on the worst block.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So we get out the car, we walk in. The girl told her pimp, yo, the dude was filming. Dude come running down on me, and he grabs the camera. Now, while he grabbing the camera, I'm like pulling it from him, right? Now, I'm not, from where I come from, you don't go in another nigga hood and just swing on any nigga. You just don't do that because you don't know who he is. You don't know what's going on. I respect other people's environments. But Dame, after, working with Dame trains, he boxes, right? Even when I'm filming him and I'm not doing nothing, he's shadow boxing in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dame finds this time to practice his boxing.
On
This
these
is the
dudes.
perfect opportunity, right? Dude tried to grab the camera. I pull it away from him, whatever. Dame goes and swings on this dude. Now, all I'm going to tell the dude is, look, yo, fam, chill. Here, you can take the tape.
You're trying to work it out. You're trying to work it out.
Or I'll erase it. It's a fresh tape. But he don't speak no English. I don't speak no French. I'm going to tell the chicks that's with us that speak French, yo, tell them to chill. Don't worry about it. Before I can even do that, here go Dame. He want to test his boxing out.
Oh, Lord.
He goes and swings on the dude. He told y'all he clipped the dude. The dude felt lie. He fucking swung on the dude. The dude bobbed and weaved and he missed. The dude reached in his back pocket, pulls out the blackjack, the ones you whip it and it extends.
Yeah.
And then they got the metal ball on the tip.
Yep.
Oh, snap.
He whips that shit out and cracked Dame right on the crack on his forehead. Boom! Dame dropped to one knee. You know what I'm saying? Woody Woodpecker, Tweety, Big Bird, all these niggas is around this nigga head dancing, singing the Sesame Street song. This nigga's on one foot trying to regain his composure, right? Motherfucking. Now, at this time, Biggs is standing right next to me. Claudie B is standing right next to me. Fizz is standing right next to me. Stevie is standing right next to me. Then you got May, who's a female. I ain't expecting that from. And then the other chick that was from Paris. What did Big say? Dame say to y'all? Choke ran.
Right.
Choke ran. Biggs is standing right here.
Why didn't he call Biggs out?
Claudie B is standing right here. Stevie and Fizz. Choke ran. You grew up with these niggas. You grew up with these niggas. Two of these niggas are your niggas from Harlem. These other two niggas you hang with. I'm just your employee, and you sat there and watched me get my jaw, bro. But I'm still going to assess you, nigga. Because when dude knocked Dame and hit him in the head, and Dame was on that floor, I swear on my dead father and my kids, none of these niggas moved for him. None of them. Not Biggs, not Claude, not Fizz, not fucking Stevie. None of them moved for Dame. None of them. Y'all heard the story 100 times. Did Dame ever say these niggas did anything?
No.
I didn't even think they was with him. I thought it was just you and Dame.
Yeah, because Choke ran on me.
How did you get the name Choke?
Arthur is my real name. My nickname is Artie. They used to tease me, call me Artichoke, like the vegetable.
Oh.
As I came into my coolness, it became Choke. When I started rapping, I added the No Joke, ChokeNoJoke, then that became my director's name. That's how ChokeNoJoke came. All right, but for Dame, everything is Choke ran. But he never says Biggs, Claudie B, Stevie, and Fizz was standing right there. But he going to try to discredit me and say I ran. Nigga, I ain't grow up with you and I'm not your bodyguard. But being that I had on the microphone, I had a Sennheiser microphone, which had an XLR cable into the camera, which was wrapped into my belt loops. I had headphones on into the camera, which was wrapped into my belt loops. And then I got my camera. My camera is my livelihood. That's how I make a living. I'm not throwing my shit on the floor for nobody. You get what I'm saying? So I say, oh, these niggas ain't helping him? Let me help him. I go in the store right behind me. Now, if we in the projects on Laconia Ave or whatever, or you in Brooklyn and you standing on the Ave, all the stores is right behind you, whether it's a bodega, a hardware store, fucking Kennedy's Chicken, everything's right there. I ran right in the store that's right there on the Ave behind me to go and put my shit in the bag. When I ran into the store, whatever took place out there in the street, they started macing. When they was macing people, some of the people that got maced ran into the store. Now the owner ran and locked the door because all the maces in the store. I'm telling them, yo, let me out. I need to go with my friends. I don't know where I'm at. I need to get back with them. Now, by now, they gave me a black plastic bag. I done threw my camera, the microphone, the headphones, all in there. I'm trying to go out there and help them. They don't want to let me out the door. So I said, there's another way out. They let me out through some fire escape shit. As I'm going through the fire escape, I see a screwdriver. I grab the screwdriver, and I stash it. As I come out the fire escape, and I come out right on the same block
where they was. You're like in a fucking maze.
Huh?
I said, you're like in a maze running on fire escapes.
Right. Because they wouldn't let me out the front door. They was like, oh, we can't let you out. These dudes, they out here, they hustle. We don't want to have no problem with them, this, that, and the third. So I go through the fire escape, whatever. I grab things. I come out, Dame and them is gone. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck I'm going to do? I don't have no euros. I don't know where the fuck I'm at. So where the fuck am I running to, for one? So I'm searching. I go in my pocket. I got my hotel room key. I jump in the cab. I show him the hotel room. And I think we stayed at the Plaza Athene at that time. And the cab driver took me to the hotel, and I went in. I found somebody that was with us to pay him. I paid him. That's it. I'm like, yo, where Dame at? They like, yo, they still at the hospital. We all had our own Benzes. The Benzes, one of the two of the Benzes was lined up at the hotel. I jump in the Benz. He take me to the hotel. I mean, to the hospital. I'll show up at the hospital. I still got the screwdriver. They ain't talking about I showed up at the screwdriver like, yo, where they at the hospital? Like, nigga, I know they ain't at the hospital with you. You know, but that's his way of telling the story. He never mentioned nobody else being there. Mm-mm. Johnny Nunez, he did mention who helped him. I forgot him. He was there as well. But he went and swung his camera. I didn't see this from what they said and helped him. But never did he say Biggs helped him. Mm-hmm. Never did he say Claudie B helped him. Never did he say Fizz helped him. Never did he say Stevie helped him. But Choke ran on him.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, Johnny Nunez is still moving around in the scene. Are you guys still cool?
Oh, Johnny, that's my brother. I love Johnny.
That makes me happy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what about Jim Jones? How do you feel about him signing with Jay, and how do you think Dame feels?
Dame's probably calling Jim a sucker for it.
Right. He's been beefing with him.
Yeah, because Dame probably got Jim for some money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's the case with Jim. Jim had the clothing line through Dame. Dame's a sneak thief. You know what I'm saying? He was sneak thiefing from Roc-a-fella. That's part of the reason why Jay don't fuck with him, because he was spending so much money. That's why Jay is where Jay is at.
Yeah.
You got to think about it. When Jay was the partners with Dame and Biggs, the pie was split 3 ways. You got companies. The companies has expenses. Dame is spending all the fucking company money and not his personal money and expensing it to the company. And when you're doing that, you know, if me and you are partners, all right, I want y'all people out there that's listeners. Me, Premium Pete, and
Dallas.
And Dallas are partners. Premium Pete and Dallas is Dame and Biggs. I'm Jay, right?
Right.
Oh, I want to be Jay.
Nah, he's Jay. He said he Jay.
I'm Jay.
Y'all niggas is bitter. He Jay.
Yeah. All right. So, say we made $100,000 in profit this year, just on Rockaware, right? That's 33. We get to split profit, right? Mm-hmm. But if Dame blew 100,000. If Dame blew 60,000 on trips, private jets, going here, this, that, and other, and expenses to the company instead of paying it out of his own pocket.
Then we're splitting 43 ways.
Now we're splitting 40 grand.
You have a drug habit?
3 ways.
Money.
Right? So, Jay-Z excelled when he got rid of Dame and Biggs, because now he's no longer splitting his profit 3 ways. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Now, and what worse than splitting it 3 ways, he's splitting the residual 3 ways,
right?
Because the profit was getting sucked out by expenses, was getting sucked out by frivolous shit,
right? Dumb shit.
Yo, as we wind this episode down, how did you even get into the fucking tunnel with a camera? Was it because
Flex? Because I grew up with Flex. I knew Flex since I was 8.
Y'all cool now?
I hear you always fucking beefing about Flex. Are you friends or not?
Me and Flex are in a better place now.
Frenemies.
I don't even look at him as an enemy no more, unless he's just, everything he said to me.
He said frenemy.
Frenemies is still enemies.
You said he was
a nigga that's acting like they're your friend, but they're your enemy.
You said he was an undercover agent. Why would you say that?
He's an undercover agent?
Did you say something like that, or am I bugging? You said he's undercover or something like that, or he... Something like
that? If you want to go undercover agent, yeah, I said that. I don't take none of that shit back that I said about it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But how could Flex be an undercover agent for who? What the fuck I said? Huh? Who's he undercover agent for?
Because he do shit behind the scenes. He'll say something to my face one way, and it'll be something different with somebody else.
Did he not support you in your production for he didn't want it to happen? Or did he want more say-so?
Nah, what happened was, when I initially brought it to him, he wanted 100% creative control.
Okay.
I wasn't doing that.
How much did you want to give him?
Well, Flex ain't a filmmaker, so why would I trust him with 100% creative control?
No, I'm
of
just
film?
saying. And
If
when
he was,
how much would you want
if I wanted to hire him for a party, and
right,
you
couldn't tell him what records to play.
I ain't got no say so on that.
Right.
Okay.
But when it comes to filmmaking, I've been doing this 20 years. He's never made a film. And he's like, why would I give him 100% creative control?
He probably just wanted to know, like, tell you or
who
have
he
more,
wanted in
who,
there.
or
I'm not
like
doing that.
His thought process when he wanted to, like, you know, put this idea into the universe. And
No.
so you don't think that being that it was kind of like his baby, he should have a say in the production of that?
No.
Why?
Because he didn't
You don't
believe.
like to give people no say on their children. I see.
Listen, if that was his children, he would have paid their child support. He didn't pay me to film in the tunnel.
Right.
You know, he didn't even really like it.
But what made you...
For us, it was like, oh, yeah, y'all niggas go with the cameras again. Y'all niggas is speeding.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just full embrace.
And
you know
now he's so digital.
Right.
But what made you even, like, take shots at him like that? Because, you know, like...
Because I had people telling me, like Big Cap, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
He's one of the ones that told me that Flex was hating on me.
Really?
He told me that Flex told him, don't do the documentary. And Cap wouldn't lie to me. And Cap was ducking and dodging me. You know what I'm saying? And I never understood where it was coming from because he was my man.
Right.
But when Flex shitted on him, then he came around and wanted to fuck with me. Me being the businessman that I am, I'm not going to say, oh, fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't fucking with me because he told you, all right, come on, let's get it done. And I'm glad that I did that because it was his last interview and he passed away. So I'm glad that we got to make peace before he went away, and him and Flex did.
Did you and DJ Envy make peace?
Yeah, me and DJ Envy made peace.
That's
Me
good.
and Envy is good.
That's good.
Yo, Choke out here just throwing shots, man.
He's not playing.
Yo,
he's no joke.
Even with
Facts,
Flex, you talk
though,
about
facts.
that he's smacking up his wife. But
That's
who was
come
that?
on, that's public record.
Wait,
I know,
who
but-
said
Stop it,
who
dog.
snapped
No,
up their wife?
no,
Pete?
but-
Pete who?
No, that is that
Who?
they try to say that Flex smacked up his wife or whatever.
Flex
Nah,
be-
that's
when
public record,
When
dog.
Flex is announcing a song, a vein pops out his neck. We could only imagine what happens when he's not in a good mood.
No, but what I'm saying,
No,
why would that even go there?
That's what Choke
No, I'm
said.
asking
I
you.
Said, that's what Choke
No,
said.
Why would what go where?
like, why would didn't you speak about that?
Yeah, I spoke about it.
No,
I
I'm
mean,
saying, but
listen,
I'm just
when a person is trying to stop my money,
you don't care.
and stop my flow, then there's a problem. Flex know where I come from. We protected him. You know what I'm saying? In the streets, Eden Wall is responsible for a large part of Flex's success. Kitty O is the one that started doing the mic for him, rocking the mic, and then Cap came and was like, "Yo, who this nigga on the mic? Yo, I'm better than him." And then Flex watched both of them and slowly sound. Now he talks on the mic. He got that from Kitty O from Edenwall. Michelob is from Edenwall. Michelob is the producer that produced it. Funkmaster Flex Volumes 1, 2, 3, right? Even if it was a 4, he did the Tunnel album, all original beats. This Michelob did that. He's from Edenwall. He ain't got no plaques and shit on his wall. He ain't, you know what I'm saying? Flex took advantage of him. Me. I've been in the tunnel all those years. BET wasn't in there. MTV wasn't in there. Even, Ralph McDaniel's Video Music Box. He wasn't in there.
Right.
We helped him get his video marketing and promotion going through public access TV and then Fox and the WB. So for you to not embrace me after
corny.
all we've done for your career, it hurts me.
Yeah.
So when it's war, then the gloves is off.
Are you and him cool now, though?
Yeah, we in a better space.
Okay.
I doubt that you will ever see us hanging out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to shit on him no more. I'm not going to diss him no more because we sat there. I ran down on him at a club because motherfuckers was telling me that he was still hating on me. So I went and seen him and talked to him by myself as a man.
What do you say to the people that kind of think that you are bitter and that's why you say and do certain things? Like it was like kind of like your fault that you are in the position that you're in because of contracts or making sure that the business wasn't right. So now that in retrospect you seeing certain things, you're just upset and that's why you're going off.
No. See, you saying it vice versa. The thing is, I was
Right.
business savvy.
Okay.
I do have release forms from way back in the tunnel. I got 100 release forms on Flex.
Right.
So the problem is, I was too smart. I'm business savvy.
Right.
Niggas can't take advantage of me.
Right.
My teachers are Jay-Z and Dame Dash.
Right.
How do the fuck you think you ever going to take advantage of me learning from this psycho nigga Dame?
Right.
He knows his business. Jay-Z knows his business. I am a student. I am a scholar. I am a graduate of these guys'
School of the
class. How do you think you ever going to take advantage of me when I grew up coming up under these two men? Look where Jay-Z is at. Look what Dame has done for people. So I would be an idiot to not learn this music business with these teachers, and I would be the nigga that was sitting in the class doing spitballs and throwing paper planes.
Right.
While I got Jay-Z and Dame Dash up there teaching the class.
Well, some might argue that you're closer to Dame than Jay. Even you said it, and that's why you're more like you're a hothead. So that
I'm a Taurus.
Right? Just like Dame, like you're running
No,
down
Dame
on
is a
people.
Taurus.
So you're
if
running,
I was a
you're not
Scorpio or
Sag.
Sagittarius,
You're not a
like
Sag.
Jay, I would be more calm, more
Right.
laid back.
Right.
But I'm a Taurus. I'm a
Right.
bull. It's fire. It's passion.
So do you have
a lot
any
of my shit
regrets?
come from passion.
Do you have any regrets now in hindsight
About what?
of how you dealt with things and how everything ended up? Like, do you wish you would have like held back certain things or said certain things differently to put you in a different position now?
No, because I feel like I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't remain who I was.
Right. You stay true to yourself.
Because I ran into so much fuckery. I done had executives try to fuck me, men.
I was
Really?
going
You know
to
what I'm
ask you
saying?
that
I have.
right here.
What do you
Well,
mean, a booty bandit?
You call them what you want.
And you
But-
always and what about like rappers? Have you ever experienced or seen them getting a little funny?
Listen, I've been in this game 20 years. This is motherfuckers that walked in with me one way, and this motherfuckers, I walk up to them now, and they can't look me in my face because they succumb to that bullshit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what they had to do.
But what do you mean when you say like, and I'm being
You
serious?
know exactly
You
what
know,
I'm
he
saying.
know,
Come
he
on,
know,
man.
he
This
was
ain't
like
premium, premium Pete.
Nah, choke.
Come on, man. Now
choke.
he acting like the wait.
No.
You get premium. The premium's the highest level. Now he acting like the bronze.
He mediocre Pete.
No. Maybe there's some higher shit than premium.
No.
This,
Supreme.
this the
You
diesel
can't just
fuel.
say you
This
can't
ain't
just say
premium.
somebody try to come and fuck you. Like, how does that even happen? Like, throughout all my life, I did 3 years in the fucking joint, and ain't nobody just try
And
to say
you got
I'm
them
trying to
full pink
fuck
lips.
you. Like,
You
how
know
did
you
that? You know what I
lying.
mean?
Well, I mean, there's eyes, there's body motion. Then I had situations where
They put their hand on the shoulder.
their co-workers, they'll have somebody that's delegated to do this shit for them, to fill niggas out.
Right.
Oh, literally.
You get what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
I'll give you a case. Here's this happened to me at BET. Damn, I said BET. I fucked up. But all right, this happened to me at BET. Executive there.
I'm cool with that nigga, but he ain't never tried that shit with me.
Look, I ain't saying nobody's name.
That's a video sold.
Nah, that dude is cool. Yo, that dude is cool. But he ain't never tried that shit. But I think he knew he couldn't try that
Can't
shit with
penetrate
me.
the light skin.
Nah, he just knew I don't fuck like that. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Choke. Tell the story.
All right, and
Because I know he's talking about.
It's two incidents that happened. And it's more than two incidents, but I'm gonna tell you about two. One time, damn, do I want to say her fucking name?
No.
All right, I'm not gonna
No.
say her name.
You can
All
hint
right.
it. You could. What rhymes with it?
No, protect the
I'm not
innocent.
gonna even do that.
Never
Protect the innocent.
I'm not gonna do
Not
that.
never
I'm
Canela?
not, she ain't innocent because she fucking was getting bitches for him and everything.
Oh wait, yeah. Say
but-
her name.
yeah.
Say her name.
Anyway.
say her name.
She one day we was at a restaurant and they sat us down. All right, and this is the game that they play at BET and shit. It's this game called Who Would You Kill, Fuck, or Marry? Right? So they start at the table. You know, who would you kill, fuck, or marry? Between J-Lo, Beyonce, and
RuPaul.
And Carrie Hilson, right?
Killing Carrie.
So they keep it heterosexual. It starts off heterosexual. So you like, oh, I'm married J-Lo. I'm going to fuck Beyonce. I'm going to kill Carrie Hilson.
Right.
Then the shit goes around, to the women. It's Denzel, whatever.
Idris.
Then it comes around again, right? Then it's, who would you still kill, fucking marry, and motherfucker? Then it come to co-workers, right? Then it comes around again. Who would you kill, fucking marry out of this executive who's a man, this executive who's a woman, this executive who's a man? So you like, so me being Choke, the street nigga, not thinking I'm in the corporate world, here they go. Who would you kill, fucking marry out of executive A, B, and
or
C,
D.
who's a woman, right? So I'm like, hold on, right? Now, one of the dudes, I'm not going to say his name. He was working, I ain't going to say which show, but it was a lower class BET show, right?
The lower class?
Right. So I'm working
City?
on Rap City at the time.
Okay.
The only thing above Rap City is 106, right? They go around the table. They stop at him first. They say, who would you kill, fucking marry out of... I'm going to say their names.
No.
Yes, she is.
No.
Yes, he is.
No, Choke, no, Choke.
You being a hater.
No.
Executive A.
Why?
Executive A, man. Executive B, man.
No, go ahead.
Executive
We
C.
need names so I could kill somebody too.
Executive C, woman. Right? The dude says, I'm going to marry Executive A, who's the top of the chain at BET. I'm going to fuck Executive B, who's who works in finances,
Right.
right? And I'm gonna kill the only bitch in the equation.
Oh.
And I'm like, my stupid ass, sober than a motherfucker, slams on the table. Oh, hell no. I'm getting the fuck out of here with this gay ass shit. I walk outside, right? I go roll me a blunt.
Not a blunt.
I stand outside. I start smoking it. As soon as the fucking blunt hit me, I said, oh, shit, I played myself. That was not the right reaction to have. I go back in after the blunt. Party starts ending. They all going to Executive A's house.
Oh, shit. You can't
right?
go.
Say that again?
You can't go.
Exactly. The chick that was a ringleader said, she's standing next to somebody else. Oh, Choke can't go. He going to tell. I'm going to tell what? Next thing I know, dude went from the lower class show. Now he's a producer at Rap City. He went to that house.
He went to that house. We gonna get that name after. But speaking of 106 in Park, I heard through the grapevine that was like your idea. See or no?
Kind of, sort of. Lee Harris, who was a producer at MTV at the time, was he was producing MTV Jams. I used to be an actor on MTV Jams, like extra shit. I used to always go up there. But I would always take him my Tunnel documentaries,
right.
my Tunnel DVDs, and let him see him. And he was like, yo, we need a live performance show. We need a live performance show. Then he goes over to BET, and he gives them that Tunnel format of the live performance show, and they create 106 in Park. So, yeah, I feel like I sparked the idea.
They were influenced.
Yeah,
they were influenced. But listen, internets, I want you to make sure that you check out, download. It's available on iTunes.
The Hip Hop Nucleus. A
It's
documentary on the legendary Tunnel nightclub of New York City.
Listen, it is forever legendary in New York City. People that understand. Well, let me tell you.
They started off belly in the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Yeah. You're going to see that in my documentary, too.
I'm trying to have a belly birthday. I know you blackballed, but who can we call?
Oh,
I'm just joking. I just want to hear your reaction.
You can't never blackball me in the world of entertainment.
What's your handle on Instagram? ChokeNoJoke straight up?
Real ChokeNoJoke.
Oh, real ChokeNoJoke.
RealChokeNoJoke.
There you go. Now, out of all the people...
Choke no. KNOW.
No. N-O.
Oh, okay.
No. Joke.
I wasn't sure.
Listen. We don't need no different, E's and R's and M's.
We know.
Right.
We know.
But Choke, out of all the people that you film in the tunnel, Redman, Nas, Jay-Z, Mobb Deep, Snoop, right, Dre, Naughty by Nature. I mean, forget about it. Hip hop lived in that building. Hip hop was also co-signed a lot in that building, meaning some people got put on in that building.
Yeah, some people got destroyed in that building.
Who was some of the
notables? The notables.
The notables
that rocked?
No, that
rocked or flopped.
Oh man, he just named everybody. Jay-Z.
No, I'm
Nas,
talking about
DMX.
taping wise, like, and your experience when you look back on everything. Like, what was some of the greatest moments that you took out of it?
Snoop and Dre at the tunnel.
Why?
The number one, because one, they wasn't from New York.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it was the decline of the East-West beef.
Mm-hmm.
Dre, it was Dre's second album. Mm-hmm. Finally. Mm-hmm. After waiting all those years.
Right. This was 2001. 2001 was...
He was getting ready to drop Chronic 2000. Then Suge dropped the Chronic 2000. Mm-hmm. So he had to do the Chronic 2001. And then, with him and Snoop there, they had Nate Dogg, RBX, Melman.
Warren G.
Warren G wasn't there.
No, I mean, he's part of the family, though.
Yeah, I'm talking about all these guys was in the tunnel on stage together.
Really?
Yeah, Dre, Snoop, Nate Dogg, Melman, Exhibit, Tash, Razzcast, RBX, John Singleton was with them. That had to be the best night.
Yeah.
Because they got up there, they did the Chronic, they did Chronic 2001, and they did Doggy Style. Shit was bananas.
That club was hotter than a motherfucker, literally.
That was the only time they turned the AC on.
Anytime
The only day.
Anytime I've been in the tunnel, it was hot as fuck. But one thing I really enjoyed about the tunnel was the unisex bathroom. I remember being 15 years old, being in that joint, and I was looking over to see if I see any pussy. I said, let me see any pussy right there. I'm just peeing. I'm looking and trying to look at some breasts, But it really, I'll be honest with you, as a 15-year-old kid, I had my connections to get in. That shit shook my world. Being in a bathroom. You
didn't have to go to one of them BET parties now, did you?
Nah. I didn't let nobody get up in the boop, boop, boop. But listen, internet, let me tell you something. One episode ain't good. We're going to have you back soon.
We have to.
We're going to have you back. Listen, Choke, you got
I'm going to come back when I got to promote
Listen,
Knockout.
You got fucking stories for days. For days,
Yeah, because he still didn't even tell us the moment where he knew Jay didn't fuck with Dame no more.
You said so many. There's so many.
But he said he had one specifically, and I was waiting, and then we went everywhere, and I'm like, Dad,
so
you know what?
You got to go back.
This is when I first got to Roc-a-fella. This is probably my first day there. The Blueprint 2, was it the Blueprint or the Blueprint 2? Which Blueprint got me and my girlfriend on it?
That's 2. Me and my girlfriend.
That's 2.
Yeah.
Blueprint 2, right? We in the meeting, and Jay sends his first single, which is Me and My Girlfriend. Mm-hmm. 03 Bonnie and Clyde.
03 Bonnie and Clyde.
That's the name of the song. 03 Bonnie and Clyde, right? So they play the song. The whole staff is sitting there. Like I told you, Jay and Dame was already separated. So Dame's, the people that's with Dame, the staff is there with Dame. They play the song. The song go off. Everybody's sitting there looking. Me being choked. I'm like, what the fuck Jay-Z doing? That's Tupac's song. Tupac don't fuck with Jay-Z.
Right.
Why the fuck I say that shit? Everybody looked at me like, this nigga's crazy. But y'all all thinking the same shit. Y'all know that Tupac don't fuck with Jay. The fucking Machiavelli album just died. You know what I'm saying? Tupac is riding the fuck out of Jay-Z on that shit. and this nigga do 03 Bonnie and Clyde, me and my girlfriend, and flips Tupac shit and samples it. And Tupac just died. Y'all don't find nothing wrong with this shit? This ain't no corny fake shit? Dame says, yo, tell Jay what Choke said. From that day forth,
yeah,
I already knew right there Jay-Z ain't fuck with Dame.
Yeah.
Because why are you telling the staff to go tell Jay what I said when that's your fucking man? You supposed to be like, yo, are you sure you want to do this Tupac song over? Because this nigga's a street nigga, and street niggas is probably going to look at it the same way he looking at it.
Yeah.
But I guess nobody gave a fuck.
Let me tell you something. That's a sad story, too, because, you know, when we really look at it from just being fans of hip-hop, being fans of Roc-a-fella, man, you know, we rocked out for so many years not knowing a lot of shit like this. And, you know, we seen it crumble, but we didn't see it to the end. And, you know, it's amazing to hear the backstories. But, Internet, listen, make sure you go out and support the Hip Hop Nucleus, man, the documentary about the legendary Tunnel nightclub, man, by the one and only ChokeNoJoke.
It's on iTunes right now, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you get there. Follow him on Instagram, real ChokeNoJoke, and you know, get up in the. You on Twitter too?
Yeah, for all my Twitter has Choke_No_joke.
Oh, you got the underscore game on lock.
Yeah, I had to separate it.
But listen, when this episode drops, obviously people are going to, you know, it's going to be up because we got everything in here from Jay to Dame to child support. Wow,
just putting the puzzle. Putting the puzzle together.
There's still a couple of pieces missing, but we're going to get back to it.
Bring him back in the summertime.
I'll come back. And y'all look out for Knockout.
Okay.
On Azteca. That's a boxing reality show that I'm producing and directing. With Hector Camacho Jr.,
nice,
Ronald Johnson, Chastity Martin,
okay,
Rosalita Velez.
Talk about it. Yo, Cameron on your money too?
Jim Jones do.
Oh, Jim Jones? Much as Dame?
Cam or Jim, one of them, they could figure it out because at the time, Cam owned the company.
Okay.
But I did the commercial for the...
You should go to the Better Business Bureau.
I did the commercial for the Dipset performance at the Source Awards. And Jim didn't pay me. I went to Cam one time. I'm like, yo, Cam, I got to get more money for that. He said, yo, that's a Jim Jones production. That's when I knew these niggas ain't fucking.
You like, but when it come to Jimmy, you say your name was me too.
There you go. Listen.
So where's my check?
Choke is on that Rubik's Cube, man, moving around. But Internet, listen, make sure you subscribe. The Premium P Show, Miss Lissa knows, Dallas Penn, the one and only ChokeNoJoke.
Great episode.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out that fucking documentary, The Hip Hop Nucleus, on iTunes.
All right, shout out to Premium Pete.
Cheer.
Shout out to Eden Wall. We out here.
Peace.
Ow.